Today I'm going to be reviewing Gnome. Let's get started.
Hello world, I'm Chris Perillo, and you've tuned into another live edition of the Gnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short. This chat room back here, that's live at live.perillo.com. That's connected to my Twitch account. I usually stream playing Star Wars Battlefront, including the new update that was pushed out today. But I'm not going to talk about Star Wars right now, or playing video games right now. I'm going to talk about the second half of my iPad Pro review. Yesterday I gave you at least 3 things that I like about the iPad Pro. Today I'm going to share with you 3 things that I dislike about the iPad Pro. Now here's the thing. You have to press the like button if you watch the video. You can't dislike my dislikes because they're mine. You have to like it because I'm sharing my opinions. They're just my opinions, that's all. There are a lot of things not to like about the iPad Pro. Now let's forget about price, okay? And I know some people would argue, well, it's too expensive. Oh, no. You can't argue that. Because if you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. If you think it's overpriced, well, that's relative. I think that in terms of the what you get in terms of the experience on an iPad, I don't know if I'd necessarily go out and recommend the iPad Pro over, say, an iPad Mini. Again, it depends on the type of user that you are. My primary motivation in getting the iPad Pro wasn't necessarily the screen size, but it was specifically in relation to performance, hardware performance, in direct relation to iOS 9, as it were. So, one of the things that I don't like, now that I've said all that, about the iPad Pro is that iOS 9... oh, this is damning. It runs okay. That I don't like. It just runs okay. Despite this being, amply powered, spec to the gills, plenty of RAM, plenty of CPU speed and GPU speed, I still experience a fair amount of jitteriness, frame drops on the iPad Pro. That should not happen. It should not exist on any iOS device. And yet, with the introduction of iOS 7, continuing with iOS 8, and now iOS 9, Apple continues to roll out unoptimized software experiences. The iPad Pro is no exception. That seems to be the rule, and that really kind of upsets me. Because that, to me, devalues the device. You may expect that a piece of hardware that is spec to the gills has all the specs, whatever those are, whatever that means. Great hardware, lackluster software experience. So, out of the box, not only does iOS 9 sometimes not work well in the sense of you see frame drops and animations and overall jitteriness, I've also found that many of the apps on the iPad Pro are not optimized. 2 things that drive me nuts. Another thing that is driving me nuts is the fact that, and this kind of goes without saying, and I can't necessarily slam Apple for this, over every other company, but this is a big screen. And what I've learned that when it comes to big screens, that's a lot of surface. It's a huge surface. Huge. Well, okay, not to be confused with the Surface. Let me see here. I'm going to turn that off so you can get a nice view. Where the hell's the damn button? Okay, give me a second. Hang on. I'm trying to find the... There we go. Got to find the power button. It gets marred and gunked up quickly. It's a big surface. It's a big area. And that means it's going to attract not just fingerprints. I mean, every screen does. But there's a lot more to keep clean. A lot more to gunk up. So it's just something that I'm not a fan of, personally. Something that I don't like. Because I don't like something doesn't mean you don't have to like something. You're free to make your own choices. You're welcome to make your own choices. I don't care. I really genuinely don't. Because you're not using this, and I'm not using whatever you choose to use. I mean, that's really the end of the story there.
One thing I enjoy about watching his videos is that he's very thorough. He's very thorough on his information, and he's very calm when he gives the information. When he gives his review, he'll talk about what he doesn't like, about what he likes and what he doesn't like. And the way he does it is in, I guess, a non-biased way. It's kind of weird. But when he gives his review, for example, you just watched the iPad video, I enjoyed how when he went over the iOS 9, he sat there and talked about what he did not like about it. And that's very informative to the person who's listening because they're going to know, hey, I probably shouldn't buy an iPad right now because it comes stock with iOS 9 and it's not going to work very well. So him being non-biased, I do not enjoy that. Earlier, you saw that he said, you have to like the video. No, I don't have to like the video. I don't have to like the video at all. I don't have to like his opinions, because that's my opinion to not like his opinions. And I feel like when it's something like that, I mean, you should have the option to not like a video or like a video. So I didn't need to hear that. The other thing is, there was some other videos that I couldn't find that I had, I just, left out. Like I said, I couldn't find them. He was reviewing Windows, I think it was Windows 8 or 8.1. And he said he went into a shop and he looked at it because it's the first time he had ever seen it. And he said, I liked it for what it was, not for what it wasn't. What are you talking about? What does that even mean? I hear people say that all the time. I mean, we're talking about Windows 8 versus Windows 7, okay? Windows 7 had everything that Windows 8 has. Windows 8 is Windows 7 just reimagined. Windows 8 doesn't work. Everybody knows it doesn't work, which is why Windows now has 8.1 and Windows 10 now. So, I liked it for what it was, not for what it wasn't. No.
I feel like that just doesn't work. This guy gets a 6 out of 10 because of everything. I enjoy the way he talks about tech. He's funny sometimes. Comedic levels, it's basically a 4 out of 10. He's not that funny because he doesn't try to be, but he's just very sarcastic sometimes. And the other thing is his non-biased. Sometimes I wish he would have like a passion for something, and it feels like he doesn't. It feels like he's just giving a review, a non-biased review. It's not as great to entertaining, I guess, to hear the review. It's very informative though. I will give him that. An 8 out of 10 for his information that he gives. Very thorough and just beautiful. It's beautiful. I'll put the links of all his channels in the description below, and you can check them out.